one defensively. And of course, that counter-strike is something we need to see as we get into game.
Top lane again, mid lane again. This is just the matchup of the solo lanes hard at work for FPX. If this evolves to what game 1 was, then LGD are going to be shut out. Let's get into game 2 and really just elaborate on how this is going to work. Of course, FPX are going for the invade, but LGD wise, oh, they don't get the ward as well. Take that, and
got him.
They found him with a hook, line, and sinker at half health, and he doesn't have time to back.
Q3, Aatrox could have been in the thick of that one, but didn't want to take that fight. Whenever you go into Olaf in level 1s, you start taking a look at your own champions. You're like, do we even want this? Answer is certainly no. Yeah. So smart for them to not take that opportunity, even with the hellacious poke on Tian. What are you doing,
Doinb's walking in. He wants Klepto.
Hey.
Now, he saw the Qs coming out of Yuuki, so felt safe to walk up and get 10 gold.
Yeah, you got that gold. And a little bit of harass. Get away from the lane. Don't touch it.
He has 600 gold, Raz. So Cannon has already gotten off a lot of procs. Must have been as we started off. A lot of big start here from Doinb, who, as you predicted, has taken Doran's sword into the mid lane. Doran's shield the first against Yuuki's Aatrox. It's good to see Yuuki challenging the matchup here. And, going into Doinb's, or rather the first mid lane cannon in the LPL, it's going to be a big task for him.
Whenever you see an Aatrox into a cannon matchup, a lot of the times you think, well, you know, Aatrox can find trades like these, right? That's what I'm talking about. The only concern that I have is that it's actually such a short lane to work with. So Doinb has a pretty good get out of jail free card. And I'm just talking about using his E just to be able to get out of there pretty cleanly. And then, of course, worst case scenario, has flash. So escape tools are there. And if he ever gets nailed by the W from Aatrox, I mean, easy for him to also just be able to just get out of there pretty quickly too. So pretty difficult matchup for Yuuki to be able to consistently get that damage down.
He's already got the constant shove in the mid lane. Doinb able to get the minions to the turret and get a bit of a chunk of it this early in the game and make his way back. So looking for that early little bit of a spike.
Oh, help! You got that one.
Oh, missed that one.
Help! You got it.
All right. So Yuuki just catching back up on CS. Doinb missed a little when he was harassing, but he's got Klepto, cloth armor, boots in the first back. Like I said, he had 500 gold, so he had a good start.
And Olaf, who got harassed pretty heavily and redirected on the level 1, doing pretty well. Remember, Olaf, pretty fast clear.
Yeah.
He's gets hit. Of course, doesn't have much HP to his name. Likely even better. Can clear pretty fast, so not too concerned about it, even getting the topside scuttle.
Queen, his debut game, coming to the bot side now after clearing out his double buffs, picks himself up, or rather, I don't think his red buff. Where does red buff go? It expired because I'm an idiot, excuse me. Tian walking to the top side now, though. Hasn't been spotted by a ward, so Lies not pushed out, playing it very safe in the lane, but he has the shove against
the wave. Yes, so it's very easy. I'm sad that we're actually moving away from the top lane wave, but it's because of what's happening
here.
I'm
not anymore. Chris has to burn the flash. Koi comes into the lane deep. LWX still didn't move. Hasn't burned his summoner. Kramer spots him out, but he just walks out of the lane.
Finally shows himself when the Trundle pillar goes down. So Koi's going to be pretty sad about that because would have had that opportunity to throw the pillar and nail down the AD carry, get his flash out, but obviously didn't know he was in the bush.
And Tian's left the top side as well, so both junglers go back to normal, but a slight advantage now for the bottom lane as Chris has absolutely no summoners at all. RD used his Ignite in the trade too, so still good news as GimGoon showing us exactly how this matchup works, just like that.
And this is going to be tough now. He wants to fully push this one in. So this is the difficulty that, you know, we saw with the Rumble lane, and you're certainly seeing it in this matchup too. Where, seems like, okay, that's cool.
Hello.
How you doing? But back to the point, is the fact that, you know, he has no control of the wave, and it's very easy for Jax to get on top of him, and even set up for ganks.
You know what sucks is that Jax's passive stays as well. So as he hits the box, gets himself out, he gets a couple more stacks, gets that attack speed up. So already good news here for GimGoon, who in the top side of the map is about 10 CS up, and FPX, it's not as explosive, it's not as map changing with the individual lanes just yet, but they have a gold lead of 600 already.
Yeah, Crisp is in the area. Can possibly look for an added Q, maybe get something similar to what happened last game.
Always moving. So Tian and Crisp up towards that mid brush. They're going to leave now eventually after waiting long enough.
But this is the toughest part here for Lives. Like, he's consistently put in this situation.
GimGoon's taking a lot of minion pressure. He flashes. You said easy, Rise, but flash for flashes. We're waiting for the leap strike to come out once again. The box is there. He smacks them. He smacks him down real good. Goodbye to Yorick.
Just a tough situation. You need to call your jungler up. Hasn't been able to do that. So, in such a tough position where he's trying to fully push the wave in, has no answer, and of course gets hunted down by GimGoon.
Jack's top that has the sheen, moves back up to the top lane and gets himself that advantage of first blood. Now a big issue for LGD once again in a solo lane.
The fact this is happening topside when LGD has been trying to free up their bot side, trying to get RD roaming, really they're losing on all cylinders. So much consistent pressure happening on the bottom side by Crisp and LWX. So Crisp is the one who's roaming towards the mid lane. Doinb is the one who's able to get a lot of free push in just because of what's been happening around him.
With Pike, he needs to land that Bone Skewer. But it's so hard when LWX has the spell shield. And after that, RD needs to be close to get the stun down. So safety for Crisp to make these roams. And still ahead in CS.
And if we're talking about the specifics, of course, you get the 30 flat, just like armor, just because of the aftershock that you have there from Crisp. So Crisp is doing quite well for himself, even if he does get picked up by RD, if he nails down his light binding.
Koi coming to the bottom side map though now, so Tribrush being warded out, control ward, but still doesn't make the commitment. Hard to get into this lane, LWX playing it very safely. Crisp knows his jungle interference coming to the bottom side as well.
He's alone.
Spell shield.
Doesn't hit him though.
Yep. Thought that was a weird interaction, never mind. So spell shield down for LWX, but Tian, very good timing. Hits level 6, now towards where this mountain dragon is, where the fight's brewing, and where they have a suspicion that once again Kwai's down here.
But take a look, I know that Kwai right now is seen, he's in sight, but the focus is going to be on Tian, who's absolutely behind him and trying to hunt him down, so let's see if there's anything. Oh, they got him.
Spell should burn, flash burn as well. LWX has on the hunt, ignites burn. They're taking the 2v3. Tian, it's not even here just yet. The Pike can't heal up with on the hunt finally now coming through. Tian's in a great position.
Cannon is rotating towards the bottom side of the map too. If they can slow them down, Doinb can get a piece of the action.
Teleport coming in. Tian still here at full health. Doinb ready to come in with the ultimate himself. Ragnarok popped at half health, and Yuuki burns the teleport to come on into the fight, expecting FPX to go faster.
Yeah, I don't know. Yuuki just wants to find himself right back mid lane, but you can't take this route. A lot of people just lying in wait here, so he needs to take the long way around.
Whichever way he takes, it looks dangerous.
Oh!
Chris might be caught out. Level 4. LGD trying to play around the positioning.
See, that's the wrong combination there. You start out with the Trundle Pillar, and they may get an opportunity to get on Yuuki.
I don't think it's going to be good for LGD because Doinb's in a great position. Has flash, has slicing Maelstrom into the middle of the fight. Finds Super the Aatrox, gets the assist, gets the reset, and LGD have collapsed in perfectly. Tian doesn't have an ulti, and Yuuki's going to find him as well. Give him the next one, and the next. 3 kills to LGD.
This is what every team just absolutely are fearful of when it comes to Aatrox on the map. If he takes that fight, you burst him down immediately or that happens. Reset on top of reset, and the sustain was just insane.
They get the Mountain Dragon off the back of it as well. For LGD, a beautiful opening start. Kwai gets 2 of those kills, and don't worry about the next one coming up. That's the maximum from the fight.
Just one thing that was great to see from LGD was the go sign. The moment they had a pretty good idea that they can take the fight, and that Doinb wasn't in range, had to take a little bit to get there, because he was setting up for the long fight. But they immediately pushed forward on top of LWX on this one. Wow. Great timing. Kramer's repositioning here helps out too. And so from this point forward, Yuuki's just golden, man. So much sustain that he's able to retain for himself. So there's no way for the initial engage to work out, where Kennen, tried to get that full burst out, but they couldn't nail him down.
The flash to the side from Yuuki as well. Dodges away from the boomerang blade. So great from LGD's mid laner coming into the second game. Now with a kill under his belt, even though Doinb's ahead in CS, lane's going to be evened out so easily. And This Black Cleaver first start is going to destroy the laning phase of Doinb.
Yeah, this game is completely different now. LGD have a pretty damn good shot. If I'm FPX, in fact, you know what? They found an option themselves.
You get the stun down onto Kwai, waiting for the charges once again. Tian with the undertow lands, but here comes a disengage from Kwai as he subjugates, smites up as well, heals a bit, but the Aatrox returns. Yuuki onto Doinb. Now the Ragnarok can't be used. Doinb to disengage with the ulti. They want to get out for the 1-for-1, and they do, but they lose their most fed member.
Yeah, well, Yuuki comes in and gets a great roam to help his team out. GimGoon's looking great this game. But unfortunately, of course, is really low chasing that one up. So this is another Yuuki carry performance.
Yep. FPX can't get away with the same shenanigans they did in game 1. Lions has found the jungler of FPX, but can't lock him into the cat cage. So Lions will walk away while the rest of FPX are losing the maximum. Rift Herald now started up, and if they can contest this, they'll die.
Yeah, they need to walk away from that one. Aatrox has ultimate, so that's a BG. You just kind of have to let it go. And that changes so much.
Yeah.
Turret plating up and available. In fact, they can get a good base timing off now. They have time. And then set up around for mid lane turret plating. You know what? They can just send that all towards Yuuki as well.
Just no RDs here until now. GimGoon still okay in this mid lane. Has swapped around positions. Wants to go into the Aatrox, being the most fed member of FPX. Wants to take that lane matchup instead.
Something I love about this composition, an added part of it, is the execution that RD is able to provide. When you're just trying to get Aatrox his passive rolling, and you want him to be able to get his sustain going on, the reset, yeah, Pyke helps out. True. Where you're able to just, whoever you're focusing on, be it Crisp or LWX, if you can get that kill out of the way, Aatrox is going to thank you.
As well, at the moment, you look at Yuuki, you look at RD, really good synergy there between the mid and the support of LGD. RD constantly tailing on Yuuki's backside, and FPX struggling a little bit with the roams coming out from LGD. Also, forgot to mention that opening game of Quiet looking better and better here. He's caught back up in the jungle.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get an understanding of what the shot calling is like under the team, but of course, he picks up the Trundle. Very confident what he's able to provide for his team, and take a look at this because this is going to be a constant as well.
Yep.
Especially with Conquerors being up and available for GimGoon, it's only going to get worse.
Shelly just died there as well, but second time we've seen the Trundle. Back to your point there, and it's going to be Cinder Hulk, of course, coming in, but last time we didn't really get to this spike here for RD.
Last time, what we saw, the synergies working off with the Trundle pillar was the Lux Light Binding.
Yep.
This time around, it's the Pyke Q. It's going to be pretty easy to nail down. And I think that, once again, Quay's been understanding of where he should be on the map, and more importantly, he's been following the orders and pretty damn focused this game. So, good job to him overall.
Very rare to see Rift Herald dropped in the bottom side, but just the pressure here from LGD, RD, and Kramer. Rift Herald charges in, solo to Kramer. 320 worth of gold, and it should be able to get an extra bit of plating on the mix. So, Kramer absorbing holistically the gold here.
They're getting the full dish on that one, and Doinb is going to be coming into this one late, mostly because Lies understands that bot side is strong side. He doesn't want to get caught out in any nonsense top side 3v1 dives, so he just pieces out entirely.
10 seconds to get the rest of this plating, and LGD, or rather FPX, sorry, in the top side are going to do it. So a trade-off in turrets, but Rift Herald gets another charge. Bottom side still struggling down here with half the health on this inner turret.
And this is the right side for LGD to play in. A lot of the times people will wonder where, what's the most beneficial side to play through, especially with Cloud Dragon being the next one to focus. But I think resetting Dragon here, they're going to be making Kai'Sa get that job done. And then gambling the next one is going to be, let's say, an Infernal Dragon.
Yep.
Then they have so much room on the bot side to work with. Let's just hope and pray. Let's see what we get here. All right, Mountain.
You take those.
Double Mountain for LGD if they can continue to play to that side of the map. This is the best game I've seen from LGD so far this split. And they took a win off of RNG earlier too. So I'm really liking what we're seeing here from, you're right, Quay has been fantastic. But also Yuuki's just been enabled here with his Aatrox game.
You wouldn't think, coming off the back of that first game where, let's be honest, it was just a massive joke in the end for FPX. Coming into the second game, LGD looked refreshed, and maybe that game getting over and done with as soon as possible was the best thing you could hope for from LGD.
And they just needed to try it seemed, because that meant that they would have had the ability to use Quay in game one. if they were pretty damn solid about RD, who knows the team system, communication, same with PYL, a veteran, OG for life for LGD, that makes the most sense for them. But seems like they just need to go back to what's comfortable for the role. And that comes down to Quay. And all that, look, at the end of the day, Aatrox was available. Aatrox was picked. And they lost the fight when FPX, I thought, took a really good fight. And, you know, the snowballing of Aatrox is just ridiculous. So I think this is more so out of everything. Literally the champion just now having such a massive grasp of the map.
Close to a 90% win rate after about 9 games here in the LPL. Feels like the Olaf at times, which is just constantly banned away, but Tian trying to add 1 to the mix here in game number 2. However, with FPX falling so far down in kills, still gold is neck and neck. So you can say what you will right now about LGD. FPX are holding that gold to a steady point.
This is what they should be doing, playing well around it. You can see that Sivir's clearing out bottom lane wave and always positioning herself to move mid just to be there for it. But they should lose that mid lane. Oh, this is getting disgusting. Yeah, it's only going to get worse, son.
Still hasn't taken out the Maiden, and Doinb coming in with a flash, flashing Maelstrom. Flash burned out here from the top laner, but Lies is going to drop anyway, while the turret goes down in the bottom side. Now, are they going to keep pushing, or are they going to make the reaction?
They should be moving towards mid lane. At this point, it's within FPX's interest to base and hold mid. You have to be able to do that because it's LGD that has control of the map right now.
Thought the tempo was going to build up, but it just goes back to even after Lies got picked off in that top lane. So another kill going over to GimGoon, and relevant time while we slow back down to look at these item power spikes and look at the Manamune on the Kai'Sa again.
There we go. I mean, she's had that. She's been building it for some time, moving towards her Rage Blade. So LGD are trucking at a slow pace, but they actually should be speeding it up. Right now, the game is not about Kramer. It's about Yuuki. You should be playing through Yuuki and Quay. But the fact that it's slowed down, Aatrox has not moved to a side lane until now, has made it so FPX are getting exactly what they wanted. Picks on top side have been able to give complete waves over to LWX on the bottom side of the map. Now they're making the aggressive call. It's nice to see.
So always a good move there. Getting picks slows the game down. I mean, it sounds like I'm an elementary school teacher just going, yep, this is how it works. But that's the tactic here from FPX.
Yeah, I think it's more about the waves coming into them than the picks themselves. GimGoon is going to get those picks, so I agree. Like on that end, 100%. But you need Sivir to get towards her item break points. Her Infinity Edge is going to be a pretty damn costly one. So the fact that she was getting solo wave and experience is great. She needs to continue to do that.
Far way off. Only 180 in the bank right now. Big purchase just picked up there from Doinb, who is behind in lane. But the only one you're looking at to be ahead here for FPX is that top wave. And GimGoon right now miles ahead of Lives in CS, in gold.
A level up,
in items. Yep.
A level up, so he's probably nearing 2 levels at this point because they've been doing a good job of just trying to deny him. So it's now Yuuki's job. Welcome back to the top lane. You dealing with the Jax now.
GimGoon's been trying to avoid him all through the laning phase. Constant lane swaps to get into that lane with Lies. Now that Yuuki's up here, GimGoon to clear the wave, see where he goes next because the Dragon's coming up in 50 seconds and GimGoon doesn't have the teleport.
LGD want this. This is the dragon they're going to fight for. Double Mountain Dragon when you have the lead that you're... Like, I'm talking about just compositional lead, right? I know right now gold lead is in favor of FPX because of that top lane position. But a lot of the lead that you have right now, yeah, you can dash over that, is in Yuuki, who should be a part of these fights.
Yep. Light as well, just want to come back to that point. Trinity Force there picked up for the Yorick, so as long as the Yorick's here as well, has a TP advantage, but you're right, 2-item Aatrox. Let's see if he gets a part of this fight that's coming up in 10 seconds around Dragon.
Yeah, that's what we need to see. Kramer's got himself Rage Blade 2. Rage Blade and Stopwatch, so he's available for the fight. And sit there for a while now. Mountain Dragon is available, but no one wants to touch it just yet.
But having said that, in the next fight coming up, Doinb, 2 items there with the Sonya's Hourglass picked up, so no Spellbinder for this cannon that we've seen over and over tonight. And LGD, no fight to be had just yet. They've just started up the Dragon and FPX have no interest in it.
Exactly. They had positioning on it. Vision control was theirs. The only question mark was, of course, the Scuttle Crab. GimGoon is the one who actually has to play defensively on this one, seeing that LGD can just collapse on him on will. But mid lane should be the primary focus. And take a look at it. Sivers actually moving to the lane fairly slowly.
Yep.
Had a pretty back timing, so going to be losing that one pretty quickly.
Well, priority in controlling the side lanes. LGD, though, want to commit to LWX
Oh,
on the
no.
hunt and flash popped. They're right up to the turret. Now, this is the tempo we were waiting for.
But he was pinned in between the pillar and the tower.
Yeah.
That was perfectly placed. You hate to see it happen if you're the AD carry. It's like, really? I can't move? It takes you a second to realize that your model is not moving and it's not lag. Tough times for LWX, who finally got to the lane and was met with the ball.
That's right. You had to burn the flash. So for LWX, key summoner down. I am at this point pretty surprised LGD didn't keep going. It just felt like the bloodlust was in their eyes. But turret's going down in the side lanes. Meanwhile, that was a very late turret going down. We're looking at the bottom side because it's a 1-for-1 trade.
I want to see this one focus that I have right now is going to be Baron area. I mean, it's 21 minutes into the game, and I just want to see what they can actually do in setting up for the objective. We haven't seen this iteration of LGD really nailing that down, especially with literally a rookie jungler. Probably hasn't played a scrim with the team at all.
Kramer, uncharacteristic to see him
Wow.
caught out, has to burn the flash. The light binding was moments off connecting.
Didn't catch FPX kind of rolling with the wave. Actually, they couldn't be in position to go into the inner tower now.
Totally caught out. FPX have the momentum. The roll continues on, and Doinb, lucky he can't see LWX. The flash ready for the mid lane cannon.
They can't try for this. Yeah, they're just going to try and push him off unless...
RD may have found Doinb. Pillars up once again. Doinb aims the other side, though, thinking about going in while RD is on the hunt.
But one key mistake. Members were not ready to pick up the mid lane wave. Kramer caught off position. It costs a lot for LGD.
Going to be hooked back here in the
Just
mid
being
lane.
annoying.
RD.
Stop it.
Well said. He's still here, though. Yuuki now finally joins the fight after pushing up the top
Hey,
lane
stop
wave.
it.
Here we go again.
Oh.
GimGoon coming in with a flank. Good positioning here. RD, though, with mobility boots, nearly impossible to catch him out unless he makes a play like this where he runs into the enemy Olaf.
This is a tough play for RD to make. Whenever GimGoon, your top laner, ends up rotating towards the top side of the map, you just don't have the numbers advantage. You know, you're really banking on, at the very least, that 4 seconds of the teleport timing where you can have even numbers. So they're pretty confident that they can lean towards Yuuki. That's how strong they feel like he is right now at this point of the game.
Arrow Vision highlighting here for LGD. Barely anything for FPX. That one control in the back of the pit going to get destroyed. Yuuki walks out still with full control over this top wave and building towards that third item, whereas Doinb, Oblivion Orb actually picked up, so he's keeping pace here with the Aatrox, and still the pace is slowed, but Chris getting burnt with the flash, LGD getting another key summoner.
Yeah, Lux always trying to match the mid lane wave at a pretty far, like, you know, you don't have to be that far up in the lane, especially without your AD carry. You can get opened up on pretty quickly.
I feel like I've seen this before.
Uh-oh.
Tian might be caught out here. Ragnarok might need to be popped as well. Let's ask a couple more questions, but holds on to it for now while Baron has been started and LGD playing protective duty.
Halfway taken down, but it's going to be reset there. They were pretty surprised at how quick Jax was able to rotate up top, so they don't want to take any chances here.
But now they can regain control of the river. The warding was so far to LGD, but this enables FPX to walk in, get rid of the control wards, and as soon as these are gone, LGD have no other vision.
Remember, LGD are not sweating whatsoever. They have 2 Mountain Dragons, so if they get positioning on Baron, they're completely fine. They're just trying to pivot and fight for mid lane priority. It's going to be difficult knowing that Siver's on the enemy team, but right now, any pick that Pyke ends up finding for himself, Kais is going to go for it, but here we go.
FPX starting to fight first. That's a fast Doinb. Gets swatted up by the cat cage again. Lies saving the team fight or rather the engage.
What an ugly skin. Like, just a nasty skin. That's what, you know, people actually just love picking up ugly skins. Personally, that's my whole thing with the red card Twisted Fate.
Right.
I think it's ugly, so that's why I love playing it.
Definitely is.
This one's just insufferable.
It really is. Lies being ripping up now. Sends a cat cage over the turret that just gets dismissed by LGD, and we're back to square one.
Is it a cheetah chrome? Is that what that is?
I think it's still cat.
Well, yeah, because a cheetah is a bloody
no,
cat.
but you know what?
Are you kidding me?
Never heard you say the word bloody, by the way, but good that you're spending more time with me. I
Yeah,
know
nice
what a
change of
cheetah
subject.
is, but it's just a normal household cat.
Oh!
It's Doinb makes the outplay work, but Kramer comes in with the second skin, pops himself in, killer instinct used now, but RD flashes for it. He finds Doinb. Flash for flash, it seems. Where's the follow-up as Yuuki comes on in, finds himself up with the Infernal Change. Doinb goes golden, has no ult to turn this around. LGD turn on him, and FPX are down their member. Yuuki into the fray again as Tian and LWX try to turn it around. They burn his flash because he ulted after the kill.
Wow.
GimGoon over the wall, gets the stun. Yuuki heals up, GimGoon's still here, wants to take the chase with the Infernal Change. The top laners clash while the rest of the teams go at it, and Tian and Chris chasing up the Aatrox, but LGD come close.
The fact that Yuuki is still alive is a miracle. You said it best. Ulted after the kill. And so he realized that, and he was like, oh, I need to go. I don't have any of the stats that I require. So, tough one for LGD after their major pickup of Doinb.
Yeah. They used a lot to get that cannon, though. Flash, ulti from Kramer. Heal was even burned there as well. Yuuki flashed, Lies flashed.
I mean, he chased it up like Usain Bolt. The guy was pretty quick, so he even got the stun on the Kaisa that ulted towards him. So that's the replay you're seeing. It all started this one off. He was able to burst out of the scene. Even the teleport there from Aatrox catching him, of course, alongside with just the hook from Pipe.
I mean, that was blind. He couldn't see it.
I mean, he knew the direction he was going.
Yeah, but that's a ballsy flash.
I agree, that was good. And so, yeah, the moment you realize Yuuki looks and he's not, oh, yeah, I'm going to have to look at what's happening in the real play. I didn't even catch it. The moment you see the entire world just converging on you.
That's why we got the replay for Ants in the bottom left-hand corner.
Just as a small note, I thought Jax was going to die. Yep. The moment he jumped over the wall, he realized, yeah, I'm actually getting traded upon. The sustain there is very real from Yuuki. Concerned.
Well, the Jax doesn't have the Serix gauge yet as well, and that's going to be the frontline item that enables him to make the riskier plays. And at the moment for GimGoon, going up against someone like the Aatrox, Yuuki still has the advantage, although no death dance just yet, but RD is going to pick onto Tian again. The pillar goes up, trophy worldwide for LGD. Thinking about 2015, that's in the past, but now for LGD, they've got to think about this Baron.
Just as a note, you mentioned about GimGoon's next item. I think the Spear of Sojin oftentimes doesn't get like reference how strong it could possibly be on a Jax in particular. You just don't get to see it too much. The fact that you can get just even two, I'm just going to say 2 rotations of Counter-Strike in a fight is insane to me, right? Not only are you able to output the same amount of damage, not having to go towards that tanky jungle CDR build, but you have 2 on top of, let's say, Kramer and Yuuki. We'll have to see if it's utilized in this fight. FPX have to group up for it.
At the moment, Jack's nowhere nearby. GimGoon's walking in, but they just delete RD. Flush in. The pit is not taken. It's Tian who tries to contest, but LGD secure the Baron. A close call for the Olaf, but now for FPX. They have mid-priority. They have the shove. And they can do something.
So close. LGD, at least they secured the Baron and got the hell out of there.
At the very least. But you pick up RD, that's 1 less member with Baron, although I don't think LGD are going to care too much.
Yeah, I mean, they have exactly what they wanted. Now they have the ability to put themselves on side lane and get a shoving lane into GimGoon. GimGoon has just been like death right now looming over them on side lanes. Now it's no longer a concern. In fact, it looks like they're thinking about converging on it.
FPX, they had a 100% Baron security rate. They have not lost the game here in the LPL, and now that stat is thrown out of the window.
That's a very real possibility that LGD could take that win away from FPX.
Yeah. Kramer is 1,000 gold ahead. You're just looking at the disparity throughout lanes. Mid lane as well. Yuuki is where it started. And for LGD, trying to break the base, get that inhibitor, and stop that Sivir from just free-flowing through farm.
A fun fact. I know you've been spitting out fun facts yesterday.
Yeah.
I had a lot of them. Expended a lot of them.
Yeah, I have metamaterial.
Yeah. For me, the one team that stopped RNG from getting their perfect game rate this split was LGD.
Yep.
Now LGD on the same track of doing that and putting FPX in Game 3.
They're a pain here for FPX, but a good pain really for the LPL, because right now playing out of their right mind here in the second game. RD going to spot out Doinb as he goes invisible, but LGD knocking on the doors of the base. If FPX let them in, it's going to be because of a fight.
Great ward placements overall. Control ward in the bot lane right now. You can probably see it in the bush that you would usually use as a flank ward. So they know that Lies is not going to get opened up on. In fact, if they want to rotate their laners, their players towards the inhibitor turret on the bottom lane, they don't have to feel concerned about a flank ever happening with the 3 control wars they have in that blue side jungle. That's just incredibly smart from a team that right now, this year, haven't picked up many wins.
Yep.
So it feels like strategically they're making the right calls. They're finally about to pick up a win versus FPX. They just need to evolve to a level where they're able to pick up series wins versus the best of them.
Just got to seal the deal in this game as well. So it's not over just yet. Kai'Sa comes into play a lot more now with the Nash's Tooth and the needlessly large rod in inventory of Kramer. So he's going back to the old school Kai'Sa build with Manamune just thrown in for good measure. And let's not forget that you have a 4-item Sivir in the making. So for both AD carries, the attention now back on them.
Let me tell you something fun. Now, whenever you think of 3 Mountain Dragons, you think, ah, Baron, right? Yeah. But you have a Yorick now on bot side. And I can't tell you how many games the last split you commentated where Yorick just split push to win. That was actually just amazing Jay's strategy.
A lot.
And now, this time around, it's very real. It's very possible. Trinity Force, he's back on track, and he has triple Mountain Dragon to be able to make that call.
For GimGoon, he's left to split push against him and hold the wave. Now those ghouls are starting to do a lot of work, while Yuuki in the side lane himself is just working away at the turret, and FPX are spread thin.
We're back on the helicopter camera. Get to see everything from a pretty large point of view.
It's a red side base once again in this series.
I don't know about this
we
one,
go into
Jimmy.
the 1v1. GimGoon with a counter strike. He's going to have to leap strike back. He popped the ulti, so he's going to get the cooldown on that one. But for the rest of LGD, they're channeling into this bottom side. GimGoon, low.
Oh, no.
Counter strike again. Doinb comes in. 4-man surge. FPX disrupt the fight. Now they have to take down the Aatrox. Yuuki can't get the reset. LGD have just been surprised, thwarted, outplayed. GimGoon chasing down Kwai. Welcome to the LPL. Have you met FPX? As Lies gets the same experience in the baby cage himself. Staring Cage props, but GimGoon's on cleanup duty. He enjoys every single part, and FunPlus Phoenix rise again.
Back on track. Just that one fight. They found it with Doinb's slicing Maelstrom. Huge fight for FPX to be back on the map.
Every single time in a game, you count them out. You say, well, LGD have control, but what control? Where is it? FPX take it right back, and although the gold is still even, and there's a triple mountain, FPX keep themselves in this game.
I wonder where that Baron buff power play, like, when did it stop, right? Because that gold distribution in the last 30 seconds, kind of. So I want to focus on one thing. Sivir got pulled out. I actually thought this was going to be the game-ending fight where FPX lose out because LWX got put in a very bad spot.
Yeah.
But it's off this moment that Doinb finds them all, just blazes straight through them. RD and Lion says, okay, I have to leave. I have to go. I can't re-enter the fight. And they can just start picking them all up. That was such great teamfight IQ where you could be in such a bad situation and pick up an amazing opportunity.
GimGoon leaps 5 times in this singular play. Sorry,
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
The cooldown on Jax doesn't exist. GimGoon has 3 items. He tried to steal the red buff, and frankly, I'm surprised he got out there, but he does in the end. Kramer picks up his own red with Rabadon's death cap, but for FPX,
Look at the goal lead, if you want to
points.
call it that. Nearly even.
yeah.
Doesn't exist. The only advantage that exists is that triple Mountain Dragon, double Cloud. If LGD want to fight, they'll catch you. They want this Baron, they'll get it.
It's going down pretty quickly. Triple Mountain, Yuuki on zone control. Doinb surging in once again, though, for FPX. They've lost it. Too quick to the chase, and
Bottom
LGD.
lane.
Yeah.
GimGoon is looking to at least get something, but of course, it happened way too quickly. They lost the Baron buff before they even had the chance to contest it.
Trying to reset off the back of the bottom lane. Engage there from GimGoon. So tough luck there for FPX, but for LGD, back into the swing. So this game for them,
Oh, no.
the control's still there.
No, no, no.
RD not walking in blind. Control wall dropped on down. FPX lying in wait.
So close. Now, one thing I want to, this game's been chugging along now.
Whoa.
So close to being able to get that nice spell shield.
But LWX starting to pump out the raw hard damage there.
Kramer, of course, has Rabadon's death cap.
Yep.
Nasher's Tooth, his W will smoke LWX and Doinb if he catches her. So that's a real poke possibility from Kramer now.
Now, what's going on here with FPX? Because LGD are running it up the mid lane.
They'll get this tower for free.
And FPX are going infernal
They
mid.
have to full base.
They have to go back now.
They're committing to... Oh, this is a really weird call. They're going for the fight. They want the fight now.
Inhibitor, they don't know where FPX are.
They're going for the end game. FPX, come back to base, please.
LGD are working their magic triple mount. They're going for the Nexus. They make it quick. They make it fly. FPX lose their first game of the series just like that.
Indecision rocks FunPlus.